The other big one is what I call hope marketing. And hope marketing is, so often I'll talk to agents and they'll say, listen, I just need to serve my clients well and the referrals will come in. They do, and they come in. And that happens.
Yeah.
But my response to that is, that's just table stakes.
Right.
If you're not doing that, you're already gone and done, right?
Right.
In this market and competitively, right? So
Right.
you should be doing that. But, you have to ask, right? And it's like the survey data you just said, underscores exactly this thing. And so people often say, well, I don't need a proactive strategy because they just come rolling in. They do, and then they don't.
And then they don't.
And then they don't. And then you're not in control of your pipeline. And by the way, they're picking who they send your way, right? And so that's the second big pathology. And then the third.
Don't jump away from that yet, because you've touched on something that's really critical. And that is, they're picking who they refer to you. And many, many companies have been built on referrals of okay clients, not the greatest client you could have.
Good point.
And so this is, again, what resonated for me with you is, I call it intentional, right? You call it hope marketing, right? Then there's this intentionality that exists with, and I, and again, I'm applying this across the board to anyone who serves any level of mass affluent to ultra high net worth individuals.
It does, yeah.
Serving capacity. And that is, you will get referrals, okay? But if the client that you've worked with that has been the most challenging and the most difficult suddenly is giving you all of his or her challenging and difficult friends, is that what you want? Right? Because so that's kind of the underbelly, the downside of the hope marketing, and the thinking that the referrals are going to come flying in. And it's a reason why, again, I was attracted to you, because this idea of intentionality in a space where it feels like you don't have control. Right. But you do. You actually do. And so you're flipping it on its head in a way, and through your philosophical approach, giving the power to the folks to say, you actually can do this. So keep talking about the program, if you will.
So if we talk about, there's 3 mindset shifts that have to happen. And I'm talking about these because before I can get into the actual methodology, these are the things that have to happen in your heart and your mind before your hands can come along, right? And so the first is, like we said, the outward in to inward out, right? The second is from hope marketing to what I call bespoke marketing, which is crafting a specific engagement strategy and understanding, and really understanding, and especially for the high net worth and ultra high net worth, they're a market of one. They're a market of one, right? And then the last one is very tactical, and frankly, it's more about your actions than the mindset. But it's shifting from, and we call this the wealth quotient shift around these three areas, right? The last one is a lot, and there are a lot of agents that are aggressive and do ask for, and they're trying to take control of their pipeline. They're trying to be proactive, and they do ask for referrals, but they do it the wrong way. They do, and I call it the golf game, club, beer, and then you can fill in the blank for every industry in the world: financial services, luxury, life insurance, whatever, luxury real estate, doesn't matter. Hey, had a great game. Hope you're enjoying your Chimay. Hey, who do you know? Who do you know, right? And this is, so everyone can feel okay. I know the largest banks in the world who do MPS, and their clients say to them, and it's across the industry, say to them, yes, we would refer to, and they take that list and they give it to their salespeople, and they go to their clients, and guess what they do? Thank you. Who do you know? You're going to refer. Who do you know? Mm-hmm. And the problem with that is, again, we're not in control, but more importantly, you're making your client do your work. And the data shows, and it's from a data perspective, when you give someone an open-ended generic referral request like that versus, and this is the shift, an open-ended generic referral to a specific referral request. This is not rocket science, right? By the way, everyone pretty much knows this intuitively. We're not, this is something that people know, they just don't do it, right?
Well, they're not intentional.
They're not intentional. We're
busy. We're really busy people.
We're busy people, but this is what it's wasting their opportunity. Now, let me say 99.9% of the time, the response is this. Let me think about it and I'll get back to you. And they're busy, just like you are, and you're asking them to do your work. Whereas, and this is part of our methodology, right? Which is if I go and I say, hey, here are 3 people I'm trying to engage in the area. Can you help me make an introduction? Now, there's a lot more nuance to developing that narrative, and that's really what we do in our methodologies, help people systematically build that process, craft that. But that's just a simple example. The probability that they'll get an introduction, or even if it's not those 3 people, the probability that they'll get something concrete and specific out of that conversation goes through the roof by asking for a specific thing.